3 kilometres south of Castletownroche, down a narrow lane that most people drive past without a second glance, and you'll reach Bridgetown Priory. So this is one of the most remarkable medieval ruins in all of Munster. I don't hear it being talked about that much, so we're going to take a look at it this evening before the sun sets. The Augustinian Priory of St. Mary at Bridgetown, founded in 1202. It was in dissolution in 1541. The priory remained in a dangerous condition until the late 70s when it was cleared of ivy and fallen stone by Cork County Council and made accessible to the public. So the most powerful man in this part of Cork was Alexander Fitzhugh, an Anglo-Norman lord in Castletownroche, a man of immense wealth and it seems genuine religious conviction. He gifted this land to the Augustinian monks. So this is the nave, the part of the church, the western half, used by lay people to hear mass. So this is the choir and presbytery. The oldest part of the building here, the east end, and the religious heart of the priory. The choir was where the monks sang divine service, while the presbytery contained the high altar. There's some newer gravestones here. At its height, Bridgetown was home to more than 300 people. Monks, lay brothers, workers, and those who depended on the priory's charity. So they were not, the Augustinians were not a withdrawn, silent order. They were more pastoral, community facing. So, more outgoing. They were more woven into the daily fabric of life around this area. So this is a 16th century chapel here. It's amazing how they can map this all out after years of dereliction. The sun is starting to descend here. '13th century grave slab. The only grave slab which can be dated to the 13th century is here in this small walled enclosure. I think this is it. Actually, this is it. The slab with a shallow carving of an ornate cross stands upright today, but was originally placed Lying down the low arched recess on the side wall of the church is a niche for a tomb from the 13th century. In the mid-1830s, a visitor to the site wrote that the ruins were low and covered with ivy, but found that they were not uninhabited. An old woman and her 2 cats had, for the previous 2 years, in the 1830s, been living in the tomb vault here, and her food was supplied to her by the pitying local people. So this is the slab in question, with the ornate cross, if you can see it. From the 1200s. So it's actually larger than you would think from the outside. This is the east range of the priory. From the middle to late 13th century. The east range was originally 2-storied. Upstairs was the dormitory where members of the community slept, and from where they had quick and easy access to the church via night stairs. The lower story was divided into 3 rooms, of which the central one identified today by its 3 windows. So this was an administrative nerve centre of the priory where business was discussed, where members of the community confessed their sins in public. I think these are the 3 windows. It looks like an outside wall. The gate. So we're battling against the sunset here. Very eerie. Getting spookier. Check out this sign here. Nothing there that I can read. We'll go out the back here, have a look. So the river's down there. I can hear it, I can see it in the dusk. Next time, when it's a bit brighter, it's a lovely stream. A lot of random movements in the darkness here, which is spooking me out. notice of what this area is. But it's definitely an ancient part, covered in ivy. There's little birds in the shadows. This looks to be some type of altar or just some centerpiece, I'm not too sure. No information. Definitely take a visit down here. 5 minutes from Castletownroche, along a beautiful road. Castletownroche itself is a fantastic village. It's a similar structure here. These are probably old walls, maybe, or pillars. So this was the kitchen, located close to the refectory. A square shape similar to other Augustinian kitchens of the period. Don't think we'll get our dinner there today though. And then we're back into an archway here. This brings us back out into the main cloister. So it's a barren courtyard at the moment, but in the Middle Ages this was a busy walkways around a courtyard. You can see them, the footprint of them there. The north walkway along this side of the church was usually given over to reading and copying manuscripts. Along the east side was normally kept clear because this was access to the church from outside the monastery. And the south side was used for washing before going in to eat. And the west was used for training novices, so everything was very organised. If you like the content, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'd like to keep these little expeditions going. Hit the like button, it definitely helps. Hitting those buttons gets visibility out and sends the right signal to share our local heritage. The way it won't be buried in the YouTube algorithm. So this is the refectory. The upper story of this building was a dining hall or refectory, so I suppose near the kitchen, where the canons generally prefer to eat at the first floor level. So it would have been bright with all the windows. on ground floor here, but there would have been a first floor. Would have been nice and bright. Pretty much for the birds now. There's plenty of peace here. Definitely has the making of a horror movie in here, if you were so inclined to getting spooked. But otherwise it's actually very interesting. I wish I came here a bit earlier to see in a clearer light. It's getting dark fairly quickly. So this was a quick stop on a Sunday evening. Not really planned, so I'm hoping the audio comes out okay here. Nearly sunset, or the sun is probably gone down now. So, time to move on. So check it out on your maps. If you're coming from the Fermoy side, maybe 20 minutes from Fermoy. From the Mallow side, 15 minutes. But it's pretty cool. Size-wise, it's fairly impressive. And it's got a lot of old walls around the lead up to the priory. If you come here during the summer, it's fantastic. So yeah, this is the outside here from the arrival. I can imagine back in the day this would have been a centre of activity. A defensive tower. This tower was added to the corner of the church in the 15th century as part of new defences, so in the 1400s. Looking over to Castletownroche. Across the fields there you can see a big bridge going across the Awbeg in the valley. Okay guys, the moon is up. It's time for me to get back on the road. Hit the subs guys. Join us on the next trip, wherever that may be. Good luck from Cork.